One day we're gonna have production value. That's what we're looking forward today. Huh. One day we're gonna have production value. And till that day comes, we're just gonna sing our way into late night tonight. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, I just made up that song,
It's
wasn't it great?
late night tonight.
It's late night tonight. It is a day late and a couple of hours early. But we're here.
Yeah.
We're here
Yeah.
because, Ma, you know what they did at noon today?
I did hear.
They,
And I did take a look as well
yes. They
to see who was
announced
nominated in a lot of the categories.
the 2024 Daytime Emmy Nominations have finally, at last, been announced.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we know who's up for the awards.
We do.
It's an interesting little spread across the two shows that we podcast on. But hey, you know, before we get too deep into our reactions for it, if you clicked on this video just to find out who the nominees are, let me go ahead and just give you the high level view so you can see and move on with your life. All right. So on your screens, you should see 5 categories of shows that are nominated. We do podcasts on General Hospital and Days of Our Lives specifically. So that's who we know and that's who we love and that's who we care about.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, for the most part. You know, I mean, we do late night tonight. Yeah. We're going to see what happens with The Gates when that comes out.
Yes.
You know,
looking forward to it. But that's some time away.
Yeah, that's still a number of months away.
Yeah.
But as you can see on the screen, you can't see our beautiful faces, just hear our wonderful voices. GH, of course, nominated drama series and writing team. Mm-hmm. They weren't not going to be nominated. You know, directing as well, all of it, production, makeup, hair, all of that stuff. They're nominated. General Hospital and Days of Our Lives both, because they're a prominent soap in daytime. They're going to be nominated. So we don't even really need to get into that in any great detail. Though I do want to quickly mention daytime drama series, The Bay, and another one called Neighbors has been nominated. I've never heard of Neighbors before.
Maybe I should. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I probably could have done a little Googling before we got on. But I didn't.
I didn't either.
GH is also nominated in the category for Best Original Song.
Oh.
I don't know if you knew that, Ma.
I did know that.
You did?
I did know that, yes.
Is it because you were spying on my Twitter messages?
I really couldn't place the song. Is that Violet's song?
It is Violet's song.
Well, isn't that sweet? I love that.
It is Violet's little song that everybody loved except for Twitter. I thought
maybe it was, but I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, it's been nominated. It's called Shine, and little Jophia Love wrote that song.
Yes.
And she was very proud to have it, you know, be put on the show. She asked Frank Valentini if she could, and he's like, yeah, sure, why not? And here we go, nominated for an Emmy now.
When we talked to her, it was post her doing the song.
Yeah.
And we had talked to her about the song a little bit when we talked with her.
Yeah. So that's super exciting. That's exciting. It must be exciting for her, and it's exciting for us.
6 months ago, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 6 months ago when the last Emmys were because of the major delay.
Yeah.
Because of the strikes and stuff. Anyway, so there's also
all the strikes.
You know, GH and GH is not nominated for lead actor category. There's no GH stars in that. The only connection that we have is Eric Marstall.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that actually.
Yeah. But in supporting actor, you know, we got Robert Gossett. He's in there.
Yes.
But and in lead actress.
Marshall.
Yeah, lead actress. There's 3. Lead actress. We've got Watros, we've got Finola Hughes, and we also have isn't there 3? There's Tamara Braun, right? Is she in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting in one category, is both actresses that played Nina are in the same category as nominees.
Oh, see, I didn't even.
Did you see that?
I'm sure I did, but I
know for you,
I was paying less attention.
More familiar with Michelle Stafford as Nina.
Oh yeah, I know her really well as Nina, but I know that she's famously Phyllis.
But I know her as both. but I don't really know her as Phyllis today, what they're writing for her today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's a villain today
Yeah.
because she kind of does this kind of back and forth
We
thing.
can get into it, when
Yeah.
we break
So,
down these actors.
but I am familiar with her. And
Good,
both.
good. And there's three other categories too that have nominations for GH and Days of Our Lives. Supporting actor and actress, of course. Lindsay
Mhm.
Godfrey as as Sarah Horton.
Sarah.
She's on there. Emily O'Brien is on
Sandra.
there as Gwen. So that's nice. And then Best Supporting Actor, we've got Robert Gossett, who won for Best Guest Actor last year, right? Or was it Supporting Actor last
He
year?
sure did. No, I
It was
believe it was
supporting.
guest, wasn't
It was
it?
no, he was contracted, so it was supporting. So he's trying to go for back to back. I believe. I believe. And then
And then
yeah.
Allie Mills is nominated again.
Yeah, she's nominated once again in the guest actress category and guest
Yeah,
actor
and she.
category. There is no young actor category this time.
Oh, I didn't miss it, but now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was looking through, I did look through all the nominees today, and I didn't like. Oh, where's that? I don't know. I just didn't.
Well, Ma, we can get into let's get into it. We were just talking about guest. Let's talk about the two nominees that are in the guest category on the podcasts that we do. We cover GH and Days of Our Lives. If you're a new listener, hi. Check us out on Sunday. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time for Days of Our Lives, 11 a.m. Pacific time for General Hospital. And of course, we've got a large library of videos on demand for you to check out if you wish. But
We've been
GH
around
side,
for a minute. Matt and I have been around for a minute.
but the GH side, we got Allie Mills, of course, Heather Weber, and then on the Days of Our Lives side, Dick Van Dyke, who I thought was an obvious nomination for this category. And Ma, if we get to go to the Emmys and he's there, I might faint.
Isn't that cool? Really? I thought about that too. I thought about that too, with the possibilities of getting to go to the Emmys again, that we would maybe have a chance to meet Dick Van Dyke. That's just
That is gonna that if he's there, that would be
that's a privilege,
yeah, it would be a privilege and a half. It would be the
Mhm.
red carpet interview to have and the most difficult one to do. That is heavily dependent on position. If we're at the tail end again, he might be too tired. This man's 100.
Yeah, yeah,
And there was plenty of other people too that just kind of walked across the carpet and didn't really stop for anybody.
yeah.
But when it comes down to it, Mom, DVD, man, Dick Van Dyke, he's going to
Of
take this
course,
category, right?
of course.
Nobody stands a chance.
Exactly, exactly.
Uh,
They have
shoot.
to have a category. And it's not that he doesn't deserve him. Deserve it. He does. But it's ridiculous for him not to win.
It would be ridiculous for him not to win. I know that his stuff was pretty. Hey, Linda. I know that his stuff was pretty brief in comparison to what Allie Mills has brought, and of course the other nominees do. We just
Mhm.
don't have a connection to those shows. We're not watching Bold and the Beautiful. We're not watching we're not watching Young and the Restless. We're not watching The Bay. All of these other shows that are finding themselves nominated in these categories.
Yeah.
We're not watching. So our biggest connection, of course, is today's in GH. So heck, I don't really know who the other people who are nominated. Honestly, I don't even know who it is because I wasn't paying attention to the other shows in the categories. So really, it's just a battle between who I know. And when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it was Dick
yeah.
Van Dyke versus Allie Mills, as wonderful as Allie Mills is, you have to give the Emmy to Dick Van Dyke.
You do. And what kind of makes it okay, and he does deserve it. Come on. But what makes it even more okay is she did win last year.
She did. She did win last
She
year.
sure enough did. And it was wonderful.
I mean,
Mhm.
shoot. I'm just here for it. I'm here for it.
And I know, you know what I bet she's gonna do?
hmm.
Gonna get up and jump up and down when he wins.
Oh, just like everybody.
Absolutely, like everybody.
I want a big song and
Absolutely.
dance number if he gets the trophy. I need dancers up on the stage. I need him doing a part of a kick line. That's his acceptance speech.
You
Just
might
a
do
little,
it.
This little da, 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 da,
Oh goodness. And they'll put an ottoman out in the middle of the stage and
and
you'll
he'll
trip
just trip
over it
over it.
on purpose.
Okay. Best supporting actor. We have two nominees in best supporting actor this year for daytime dramas. On the GH side, Robert Gossett
Mhm.
as Marshall Ashford, Emmy winning
Uh-huh.
Robert Gossett, and on the day side, Wally Kurth as Justin Kiriakis, not as Ned Quartermain, but as
But yeah,
Justin
it's Justin. Yeah, I
Kiriakis.
saw that. I saw that category. Yeah, he's not he certainly is not
I
nominated.
want to know,
Well,
like, if Wally Kurth has an exceptional year on both shows, is he able to not to submit for GH and Days and get nominated twice? I want to know. Make it happen. Make it happen, folks.
mm, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say between the two of them who I would really prefer,
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, if we're going for the fact that people have won this before, yeah, Robert Gossett has his statue. I don't know what Wally Kurth's Emmy status is.
I really don't know either. I know he's been nominated. I honestly, of course we don't know because we don't
Because we don't do research here. Don't come here for the news, folks.
terrible
Come here
about
for
looking.
us flying by the seat of our pants. You're lucky I
We
put up pictures. And the only
typically
reason I
do.
did is because I feel Late Night Tonight, with its neon theme, deserves a little bit of production value to it. Let me look at Wally Kurth as an Emmy winner. I don't know. I don't know. Nominee. Nope.
I tell you, I've met him and he's awesome.
Hey,
And
Jeannie.
I went to see the Daytimers and they were great. And
Yeah.
Wally was wonderful.
Yeah, the Dave
I know
Timers.
all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It looks like he's been nominated a few times, but it doesn't look like he's actually walked away with one. And you know what? We're big fans of Wally Kurth here on the 10th floor, on all the
Of course we are.
podcasts. That encompasses the 10th floor podcasting
I
network.
tell you what, if either one of them win, I won't be disappointed.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. To be a
So,
two-time Emmy Award winner, whether or not you're
mhm.
contracted player or not, they're gonna want to keep you around. And while we're talking about contracts, folks, neither one of these men are signed to a contract to the shows that they are nominated for. There's a lot of response out there, real quick. There's response out there very quickly about Robert Gossett being nominated and whether or not he deserves it. The thing is, folks, we don't decide that. We're not voting. We're not in the industry. We're not making these shows. We're not a part of the panel.
Of course not. Of course not. But
So
as just a viewer, I absolutely do think he deserves it.
yes. When it comes down to it, being a good actor doesn't mean that you had the most interesting story. It doesn't mean that you necessarily had these huge moments where you could really dig down deep and pull out the greatest emotional beats of this person's
Mhm,
life. That
mhm.
doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Consistency is great.
I think it's very therapeutic to a certain degree that Marshall is healing as his son Curtis is healing as well
Yeah,
in
and
a
that was a
different
big,
kind of way.
we're only in April now, and so a
They
lot of
both have a
this,
long way to go, but you know, I don't know.
yeah,
His story has been pretty awesome.
yeah, it hasn't been the most blown away thing. It's not been the most action packed
No.
or the most emotionally riveting. But when
Mm,
it comes to Robert Gossett's portrayal of Marshall Ashford, it's something that I've appreciated pretty much since day one, which is just the genuine realness of this human being that's coming out on screen.
yeah.
And that is what he's being nominated for, is the consistency
Oh
of
yeah.
his immense talent.
Yeah.
You put up a scene of Rael Andrews, for example, who was,
Mhm.
it looked like he was, petitioning a little bit to try to get a little
Oh, I wanted
Emmy
him to
buzz
be
for it.
nominated. I really
It didn't
did.
happen. It didn't happen. But you
You
take
know,
that scene that he did in the elevator, which of course would have been the key, focal point
so good.
of his Emmy reel, which is great, emotionally moving, riveting.
Yeah.
What a moment that he created. You put that up against anything that Marshall did, and nothing that Marshall did got into the depth of that emotion.
True.
But
Yeah.
his consistency and his realism is always on there, and I just love to hear
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
rhythmic speak He does. I just believe him. I trust him. I believe in his wisdom. I believe in his love for his family. I just
Oh
believe in
my
him
goodness, yes.
totally. And I can just not, it's difficult for me to not say good things about Robert Gossett because I'm a huge fan.
Me too. And I can't really decide if I want him to be with that Stella or not.
I think it would be fine. I think, he can come in and,
Either way,
whatever, whatever.
yeah, either way.
I'm good with
You know
what
what
they're
was
bringing
interesting
us.
this week?
Mm,
I'm sorry, I just have to say,
it's cool.
this. It's very interesting this week, Matt, that, do you know, the new writing team
Hmm.
decided that Cyrus ain't doing no radio show.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, we're done.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah. I really like that
Wasn't
conversation
that
between
fun?
him and Lauren. I look forward to having our conversation about it on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. for 10th Floor Podcast. Because
Well, okay, we won't go on, but
well,
that was
no, I
just
mean,
funny.
I'll react. Hopefully they have decided on what it is that the path for Cyrus is going forward. Like a solid path for the Cyrus character, and hopefully it's not a solid path off the show. But hey, we'll see what happens.
Huh?
We'll see what happens.
Good about
But
that.
yeah, Robert Gossett, Wally Kurth, congratulations, you two, on your nominations. I'll say between these two, I don't know who else is nominated in the categories. Once again, I don't know Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless. But between these two, I'd be happy to see Wally Kurth walk away as the winner this time. As much as I was just
Yeah,
complimenting Robert Gossett, it was more defending Robert Gossett.
well, me too. Like I said earlier, either one, I would love to see either one of them win. I
Mm-hmm.
think both of them are deserving.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Best Supporting Actress nomination. Not missing anybody, right? It's just the 2 days people. Roger Mills, Gossett. Yeah, because we only have 4 GH nominations for actors.
I saw that, you know what? I saw that throughout the nominees, it's GH Light.
It is very GH like. Yeah, there's only 4 nominations for GH, and it looks like 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 for days? Got Emily O'Brien, who's in this category with Lindsay Godfrey, who plays Sarah, and she's not, and Emily is nominated for her time as Gwen, not
Yeah.
as who she's
Gwen,
playing now, which is Teresa.
not Teresa. Yes.
I don't know, because so it's tough on this category, because it's only days people, and we missed most of what they're nominated for.
Yeah. But I really am familiar with Emily in both roles.
Yeah,
Very much.
yeah. We got the
Yeah.
tail end of Gwen when she was
But
dealing with.
her story was very, at a rise and a peak, and
Mhm.
the arc was happening.
And then she was on the way out. So
Yeah.
we had a good look at Gwen, which is
Yeah.
great, because she was fun.
Yeah. And
Her relationship with Leo was spot on.
yeah. And the ridiculousness of at the airport, with the switching. I loved it.
Yes, like the immediate switch out.
Yeah.
Jeannie hasn't watched GH or Days yet, but she will later. Hey, you know what? I haven't either. I think I'm gonna end my day in Soapland. We'll see.
I haven't watched General Hospital today.
Oh,
I've been
we
very
got
busy.
you got to watch it, Ma, because apparently Carly is like, oh, what are those tattoos, Jason? Oh my goodness, tell me
I
about your
haven't.
tattoos.
Yeah. Well, I had a busy day today.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. So Lindsay, Godfrey, and Emily O'Brien. Oh gosh, it's weak. It's weak for me. We've seen a sneeze of Sarah. We've seen very little of Sarah.
Yes.
In
Yes.
comparison, we've seen a lot more
Yeah.
Emily O'Brien than Lindsay Godfrey, but we've seen more Teresa than Gwen.
Yes. So the first time we saw Sarah is when she popped up at home pregnant with a very, very round belly.
Super round baby belly.
Super round baby.
And I remember thinking, because that was the day
Or
where all of
baby
the
still stuck in a blanket. It's a shame.
I know all that time, always been a fake baby. The baby's not real. She's been
Not so
she's been
far.
keeping it from Xander. So yeah, she was super pregnant in Maggie's house. I remember
Yes.
her first scene. because I didn't know who she was. The first scene that I saw, at least, I didn't know who she
Mhm.
was, and so she was standing next to the fireplace, and she kind of did like this
Mhm.
dramatic turnaround when Maggie came in
Yes.
talking, and I'm like, is she not supposed to be there? Is this some sort of like new character back from the dead? What's going on? And no, it's just somebody that's been a part of the cast forever. It was just a dramatic beat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
That no
it
one knew that she was like that pregnant or whatever.
something like that, like yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she,
And then, as soon as Sarah got there too, she was quite ready to have Victoria, pretty close.
super ready to have that baby. Uh,
Close.
so that was the first scene that we ever saw.
I do
Sarah
like
in.
her. I do like her and Xander together now. I do like
Yeah.
the two of them
Um,
and Victoria in their little tiny apartment. I love them.
with Sarah not fully focused on just wanting to hate Xander, and with Xander doing a lot of heavy lifting in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
doing better. It's been pretty enjoyable.
Well, wait till he finds out he really is the heir.
I know, right? How is that going to change things between him and Sarah? Is it going to sprinkle in some like, oh Sarah, I've got so much money now, Sarah. What are we gonna do with all this money?
We got to meet him. It was pretty. Actually, we met both of them.
We did, Dave
We did.
Days.
We did.
Yes, yes.
They,
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Dave Days, a lot of so I basically ripped off the art that GH and Days of Our Lives made for their nomination announcements as part of the broadcast that you'll see that you will see on the rewatch at least. And I realized, Ma, that Days of Our Lives produced images, but not for all of the nominees. They only made it for Eric Marstoff and for Tamara Braun, who were the lead actor nominations.
oh,
But
okay.
none of the other ones, it seems.
Oh,
So I had to go in and do it for them.
oh,
And you're going to be impressed with the
okay.
work, Ma, because it is identical to what Days of Our Lives put together. The only thing is they used all of
Oh.
Day of Days pictures, and so they got like the Day of Days background behind it. And I didn't have access to everybody at Day of Days, and so my pictures are slightly different. But you're going to be impressed, all right? I can't wait for you to take a look. Jeannie, I know you're watching. Jeannie, I
I'm
hope you're
gonna look.
impressed. All
Absolutely, I'm
right,
gonna
because
look.
the
Yeah, you
Lindsay
guys. I
graphic
just,
that's up right now, that one Days of Our Lives made. But the Emily graphic I did.
yeah, I don't see all the stuff, you guys, until I watch it back
No, no,
because
I
it's too
will.
distracting for Mama Cat.
No, so you can't have the chat going all at the same time. But what I could do one day eventually when we have production value
Mm-hmm.
is I could share my screen with you through Zoom and have it be what is being broadcast so you can still see both of us just as you do right now, but you would
Mm-hmm.
also have the frame and the graphics around us. But in order to achieve that, I need to be able to do production value. And in order to do that, I need a couple of dollars.
Well,
My birthday's coming.
it is. My
Maybe somebody's going to be
gosh.
kind.
Oh my
Maybe Santa
gosh.
Claus will come in April and drop a wad of cash in my doorstep.
Um, well, you can
No, but in
always
all
dream,
sincerity,
honey.
if you do want to contribute to the show, I'm not desperately begging for your money. I was being kidding. I was joking. We'll get there eventually. But if you do want to donate to the show, you absolutely can. You can through the super chat, super thank functions.
Mhm.
It's a little dollar bill sign, either inside of like a dollar bill or inside of a heart. You click on that, you can leave a specialized sticker. You can
We
do a
just
little
had
something
and
something.
we had our anniversary just last weekend.
We did have it. We had our
Yeah.
5 year anniversary
Huh?
of being on podcast, at least for doing podcasts. It's like what, 3 years of YouTube, 2 years of podcast, something like that.
Pretty
1 year of
much.
podcast, 4 years of YouTube. I don't even know how long have I been in LA. 3 years, whatever.
We pretty much went on YouTube very soon after you moved away.
Pretty much almost right away. I think we might have did one or two audio only podcasts, and then I remember going, we have to do this over the internet anyway.
Yeah, so that was like, when you were officially in LA, it was January of 21.
So it has been
Right?
3. Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
the middle of the epidemic.
And it was like, I'm like, you left like around on your sister's birthday, I think,
Yep.
December 30th. I think so.
I did leave on my sister's birthday, and she's never going to forgive me.
It was okay.
Never ever will she ever forgive me for missing like her 32nd birthday or something. The most important birthday of all time.
I don't think so, Matt.
Anyway, between these two, they're pretty much evenly matched. I don't really know who kind of would edge out the other ones. And again, once again, as with every category, I don't know who else is nominated. So, they both could have a 5% chance of winning with somebody else being like the obvious, one to take. Jeannie
Well,
says that Lindsay has been in and out, off and on over the years. And so I guess we can't assume that her standing in front of the fireplace was meant to be a surprise.
yeah. Well, I know that she was returning to be on the show, and she has quite a history. We just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know it. We just didn't know what it was beyond the, you know,
Yeah.
there's Sarah with her tummy.
Right.
That was the beginning for us.
Yes, there's Sarah with her baby belly. Where
Yep.
she is. Well, Ma, this next one is going to be an interesting one to talk about. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Lead actor in a drama series. We only have one nominee in both of the shows that we podcast for, and it is Eric Marstolf, and only Eric Marstolf. He's going up against Thorsten Kaye and Eric Braeden, and of course all of those big names, synonymous with the shows that they're on. How
Well,
interesting.
I saw today that Eric Braeden, it's I guess he hasn't ever won,
Okay.
and he hasn't been nominated in a long time either.
Okay.
And he's also, a patriarch of daytime drama to a certain degree. He's kind of like the Victor of Days
Yeah.
of Our
Yeah,
Lives.
yeah, yeah, of
He's
course.
kind of
Eric
like
Braeden.
the,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes. He's Victor, isn't he?
but he's all those characters. He's at that level, he's a
Yes.
patriarch of a family.
I know
You
people
know,
who refer to Young and the Restless as Victor, Victor Braden, Victor Newman, Victor Newman. You
yeah,
gotta go
Victor,
watch Victor Newman now.
absolutely,
Victor
yeah.
Newman is on.
Yes.
Like that's a real thing. Like the whole generation of people are like, "Oh, Victor Newman's on. We're gonna go check out Victor Newman. Victor Newman is on TV."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. I didn't realize that there were so many long term daytime actors that hadn't won.
Yeah, I guess he's just been around for a long time, and evidently he hasn't won,
He's
or
been Susan Lucci.
he's kind of like he's having a Susan Lucci experience, I think.
You
And
know,
hopefully he wins. Actually, I
who
want him to
just
win.
never gets nominated.
Even though I haven't watched Young and the Restless that much this year, I
Mm-hmm.
have watched him being Victor Newman over the years many times.
I'm
So I do
sure.
know what he can do.
I'm sure his
He's
chances are
quite
good.
good. He owns that character.
I'm sure his chances are very good. And if I'm not mistaken, Victor also had a really prominent good year that people either loved or hated. My window into other soaps is limited to Twitter, and so, I kind of don't believe most of what I see and none of what I hear. Uh,
Well, Victor kind of goes back and forth between, being cutthroat
mm-hmm. He's
and,
the Adam Chandler. He's one of
a
those
lot of betrayal.
classic soap dudes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's Young and the Restless is very much about betrayal.
Right, right. Eric Marstoff, he's nominated as Eric Brady on Days of Our Lives for the lead actor spot for the Daytime Emmys 2024. It'll be fun to see if maybe we can isolate him on the red carpet, talk about music and
That
acting.
would be great.
It sure
That would
would.
be
You can
great.
flirt with him. You can bat your little eyes. And then
I try.
he did an interview that I saw a little snippet of after
Mhm.
this nomination came out, in which he talked about part of the reel that he sent, and he's like, you know what, I owe Kristen a lot. Kristen being the actress who plays Kristen. No, Kristen is Kristen. There's an actress who plays her. But he says I owe Kristen a lot. I guess he had submitted, like the gun and the fighting over um,
Oh yeah, that was when
Rachel.
we first started watching,
The
right?
late in their year,
Early
but
part
early
of
in
we
our
started
career.
watching.
Yeah. That's pretty much
Oh,
like one of the first things that I saw really was that gun confrontation. So that was a part of the reel that he had submitted and led to his nomination. And so um, I guess Stacey
mhm.
Hyduke isn't nominated, and I didn't see her name.
I didn't see her name either.
So oh well. I guess maybe she didn't submit. I really don't know. I don't know who sends their stuff in every year. It seems like other people might be a little more plugged into this sort of stuff. But I don't know. Is there like a newspaper article or something that they read?
I don't know.
Do people even
So,
have newspapers? Is
so
that a weird reference?
I want to talk about a rumor I heard today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can we
Okay.
interject with a rumor I heard
Of
today?
course.
That Mo is going to retire and leave GH.
That's isn't that just
It's
the
a buzz
most
on Twitter and stuff right now.
isn't that just the
Right?
most persistent rumor that just always seems to crop up? It's like
It
people are just
is.
waiting on this guy to be done. No,
Um,
so it comes up because I guess our own Professor Angela, our own Professor Angela
yeah.
put out a little tweeterino or something,
Uh-huh.
suggesting that just being her, doing her thing, wasn't being mean, just being fun,
Uh-huh.
suggesting that maybe this, they're lining up like because Sonny's different, right? Sonny's worse. Sonny's bad. He has no
Well,
friends
he
anymore.
is. Well, he is.
Right. So,
Okay.
right. So they were saying, well, maybe this Angela was like, hey, ha, ha, ho, ho. Maybe this is a way for them to say, hey, do. We're going to make, Sonny go skip off into the sunset because of his, you know, criminal mafia life. And then Maurice Bernard can spend his time resting, relaxing, and focusing on state of mind. And Maurice Bernard retweeted it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, see?
And
No wonder I
then
heard something.
Angela tweeted some more. Our own Professor Angela, Mom. Our own Professor Angela from Days for Dummies.
Yeah.
That you can see live, 9 a.m. Sunday
Yeah.
mornings, right here on this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She tweeted another thing saying, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. Yada, yada. This stuff is good. You're great. You're wonderful. And if you're on the way out, thanks so much. And then he retweeted it again or some nonsense. And so now Twitter believes that maybe Maurice Bernard is on the way out. But also at the same time, Maurice Bernard probably isn't reading his tweets too closely and is retweeting things that says his name and has a compliment in it.
Oh,
So I
that
don't
could
know.
be dangerous.
That would be dangerous.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he cares.
Could be.
Listen, I'm speculating. I have no idea.
Right.
I'm sitting here. I'm just making stuff up.
Well, I did see that. You know what? I didn't recognize the trail. I
Mm.
didn't.
Our own Professor Angela trying to get the truth out of Maurice
But I
Bernard
did
on
see it.
you, on your way out. I don't know. I don't know. If I was Maurice Bernard and I was still under contract, I would not be looking to end it soon or early. You know,
I
if
would
I
be.
was if I was interested in leaving the show, I would wait for this contract to come to its logical end.
But something's going to have to, we can talk about it on Sunday, but
Oh yeah,
something's going to have to save him.
I don't think he's on his way out right now. It'll be Jason or something. The love of the family. Something.
I hope so, somehow it's going to be a desperate life or death situation.
Like Jason will save him, but Sonny still won't forgive him. But Jason did the right thing, and Sonny's okay for it.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what's going to have to happen. And I'm all there for it.
I know. It's been so good and exciting. I don't care what anybody has to say.
I'm
All right,
there.
Ma. Last category and the biggest one that we have.
Okay.
Congratulations, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
3 of 5 nominations. I think it's 5 nominations. Let me make sure. But 3 people have been nominated. 3 to 6, so half the field is General Hospital in Days of Our Lives. Tamara Braun as Ava Vitale, Days of Our Lives. Finola Hughes as Anna Devane, General Hospital. And Cynthia Watros as Nina Reeves, General Hospital. You mentioned before that Michelle Stafford is nominated this year as well, so we have the Battle of the Ninas. Who's going to walk away with the Emmy?
Yeah.
To round it out, too, we've got Annika Noel as Hope Logan on Bold and the Beautiful nominated, as well as Catherine Kelly Lang, who plays Brooke Logan. I know the name Catherine Kelly Lang. I know the name Brooke Logan, so she must be prominent.
I agree, but I haven't watched those stories in my life, so
No,
I
I
really
watched
know.
I watched one Bold and the Beautiful episode, and from my understanding, from the reactions that I got from other people, it was the wrong Bold and the Beautiful episode to try to get started in. It was Ridge on a Ridge.
It was a low point or something.
It was Ridge. It was I guess Ridge, as played by Thorsten Kaye, who's
Yeah.
nominated this year as Ridge
Yeah,
Forrester
and
once
I
again.
think of him from, All
All
My
the
Children.
children.
Yeah.
No, Nina, please. This okay. Let me just go ahead and say this right here, right now. Blink FM.
Mm-hmm.
2024 Daytime Emmys is not about Nina. It's not about Anna. It's not about Eric. It's not about Timothy Robichaux. It is not about Marshall Ashford. It is not about Heather Weber. It is about Allie Mills. It is about Robert Gossett. It is about Wally Kurth. It is about Eric Marstoff. It is about Cynthia Watros. It is about Finola Hughes. Just want to make that very clear. Now, no Nina, please. Kim Nero, okay. Now, if you just don't know their names, that's different. But I just definitely want to make sure that the 10th floor stands
I love
firm.
it. I love it that both of our Ninas are, and I am familiar with Michelle on
Telemedics?
Young and the Restless, Y&R. I am, but not current, from current, not really, and I remember, oh goodness, what is her name? So there was a replacement when Michelle took off and went over and did General Hospital, and she did a great job as Nina. There was a replacement, and it was the same. It was the
Mm-hmm.
actress from One Life to Live. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have brought it up because I don't remember her name, but she
All
did a
good.
great job as,
The person.
yeah, she did a great Phyllis.
Yes. Phyllis. That's the name.
Yeah, she did a great
Yes,
Phyllis.
she did a great
When
Phyllis.
Michelle went over and played Nina for a good spell.
Oh, goodness gracious. Blink updates them to okay, no Cynthia Watros then. Perfect. Perfect. I just don't want to be in a situation, where we're having these conversations, having a great time speculating, and then any opinion about like, well, I just don't like this person's character. It's just, when it comes down to the Emmys, the character's actions and decisions and relationships and likes, dislikes, villainy, heroism has nothing to do
Yeah.
with it.
9 times out of 10, if you don't like them, it's because you're not supposed to.
That is true. That is true. Even in in the
That
war
simple.
between Carly and Nina on GH, and then the people who have their opinions on who they support in that and who their favorite character is. Neither one of those ladies is necessarily meant to be particularly likable.
Yeah.
Maybe annoying, frustrating, maybe inspiring in some way due to
I'm not,
unbeatability.
I'm all for seeing what Nina does going forward, though, even though I don't, I'm not on her side most of the time.
Because
I'm
she's
not on
Liz.
Nina's side most of the time, but I'm looking forward to what she does because she's going to get some kind of desperation
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Telemedic.
fall for somebody else. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be some desperation, There is
Well,
desperation with what she did already.
yeah. She really wants to get Sunny's attention back, and she's going to do
That's
one
a
sort
level
of
of
really big thing.
desperation right there.
Yeah, she sold one half of the Metro Court. And now she knows that Ava isn't necessarily on her side. It's just a mess, mother. It's a mess from poor Nina. Poor Nina. She did nothing to bring this onto herself. She's an innocent little flower, really. I
Well,
say with heavy sarcasm.
yeah. But when it comes to the big scheme of things, though, she hasn't done anything super new. Not really.
No, no,
The whole
no.
betrayal thing about, turning them in, that was quite some time ago
It
now.
sure was. It sure
So,
was.
there hasn't been really any super great, big, dastardly thing she's done.
No, and if anything, this might be an opportunity for them to shift focus over to Ava and off of Carly.
She just doesn't let the fight die.
No, no.
That's the problem with Nina.
It could die now. Now there really is nothing left. There's sincerely nothing. There is nothing left for Nina to continue to fight with Carly about. Nothing.
No,
They
and I
don't.
guess, I didn't watch today, but I heard that perhaps, that the half of she is going to sell it or whatever.
Jason did what he knew he needed to do in order for Carly to get the hotel back, which was do it and don't tell her. He's the only person that seemed to have figured that out about her. Because telling her ahead of time, she's going to go, no, 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 don't. I'm too strong of an independent woman. But if somebody were to have just done it and gave it to her, she'd be like, oh gosh, why'd you do that? Man, just let me make sure all the keys are here, you know?
And I tell you, it's just true. Even though, that for a good spell of time, they were just friends. And you felt more of just like a kinship kind of friendship, really. But man, she is such a ride or die now. In all aspects.
Hey, this man died a few weeks after she had been married to him and fallen in love and Sonny this and yada yada that. And my goodness gracious, I can't wait to get it into more detail on Sunday about it all, especially since, I really haven't watched today either, so I'm sure there's a lot more detail, a lot more to react to when it comes to that. Dolomedic says, I'm shocked that Ari Zuger isn't in there after the great baby stuff this year, nominated for Best Actress.
Right.
Jeannie suggests that she might not have put her name in.
I agree, actually. I didn't think
It
about
was
that,
very
but you're
good.
right.
I would think that the only reason it didn't happen is because Ari
gracious.
Zucker didn't pursue the nomination. And
could
given the attention that is being put on her right now over court cases and legal things and that sort of stuff, I might want to avoid a big Emmy event.
Huh.
I would.
I wonder if Steve Burton didn't even submit. I think maybe not.
That man's not proud of his work on Days.
Well, he should be. Why not?
Because it was sincerely like, let me get this paycheck until GH calls me back. Please, 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 please.
I don't care. I love me some Steve Burton.
I know you do.
I prefer him as Jason.
I know, but you're getting a double dose of Steve, Ma.
Yeah, I think
Steve's everywhere you look.
I guess I think about when he was in Dylan. He was Dylan on Young and the Restless. Do I prefer him as Dylan or do I prefer him as Harris?
I remember you not being a fan of the type of character that Dylan was. It didn't really.
I think I prefer Harris.
Well, yeah, Harris is Jason.
He kind of is. He really is. He really is. But it's kind of amazing to me because now that he's back at home at General Hospital, man, he's got like ages of dialogue. I think about like the scripts that we got when we went for a visit.
Yeah.
And Steve Burton's not used to having all those pages like that.
Nope.
But I bet he's happy to have them. I bet he is.
He's handling. Gives him something to do too. Now that his kids are a little older and he doesn't have a wife to go home to make sure that she gets the attention that she needs and all that, maybe he's got more time to be on set and can dig into it a little bit more. It's less stressed. It's less looking at the end of the day. I don't know.
Yeah,
he thinks that Adam's dad.
I don't know. We don't know. We don't know Steve Burton. He doesn't talk to us, you guys.
Adam's dad's name, so I couldn't tell you anything about that, Blink. Am I not being loud enough, Ma? Can you hear me well?
Know. You sound okay to me.
Oh, okay. We've just been talking over each other a lot today, and I wanted to make sure that I was being. It's nothing. Who cares? I just want to make sure that my sound is good for you.
Well, yeah, I hear you. Maybe I should turn you up, though. I don't know.
Oh, you sound so much better now.
Oh, well, good.
Well, that was neat. Is the microphone on your right side?
No, it's right in front of me, but I just turned it where it was absolutely facing me.
There you go. There you go. I mean, that's the difference between this
Yeah,
and I guess this. I don't know. It's a little
yeah.
bit different.
It's turned a little bit on the desk and I
Oh,
turned it toward me.
my goodness. This is a crisp, clear audio. So good. Okay.
So
So that
what
was
do we
it.
think
That's
about
it.
that category?
Oh, that category. That category. Okay, so we didn't
Got
even really talk about
sidetracked,
it at
right?
all yet. Finola Hughes, Cynthia Watros, and Tamara Braun.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, gosh. I don't know. And then like the Logans, I don't watch Bold. I
Right,
really can't say. I don't know
right.
what they did. Um, between these three though, Cynthia,
Okay.
Cynthia. I mean, Finola had some good stuff, but I think the shooting of Charlotte that was around Halloween, so that would have been last year. So all of
Yep.
her burning house down, stalking Charlotte stuff
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
eligible.
Actually,
Hey, Megan.
I think
Hey, David.
Cynthia. That's who I'm cheering for.
I think that of the three. Now again, I don't know anything about the Logans, so I can't
Even though
say.
I can't stand Nina,
Well, that's
but
fine.
man, but I love Cynthia and I
Like
think
I
she was
viciously just told Blink,
that I know.
viciously, with ill intent.
And that I just love that I just love her. I think she does a great job, especially, and I know that what we're looking at recently doesn't qualify, but her stuff with Drew, man, the two of them are screaming at each other and at
Yeah.
the same time and
I
getting
mean,
all
I think
dirty
next
and
year's
everything. Those two, too
uh,
much.
next year's is going to be
Man,
super awesome. What is it on
they're
here?
falling apart.
David
Two of them.
says, I'm late, but did you mull over the fact that there's no outstanding lead actors from GH this time? And that leads me into saying, touched on it briefly. Whatever. There, listen, this is what I think. GH doesn't even really have lead actors. There's Maurice Bernard, and that's it. Uh, if it's not Mo, who's it going to be? Who else is a lead actor?
They're really,
Boom.
you
A
not
boom.
in yeah, for the time in which now, if you're looking at today, sure, Steve Burton would already be nominated, but that's not the time in which we're covering.
Right
We're not
now,
covering right
now,
now.
now, Steve Burton. Right
Yes.
now, if this was December, you know, you could
Yes.
consider it. But when it comes down to it,
So
GH
no,
doesn't
you're right, Matt.
have lead actors.
The only person I think that comes to mind that is close even is uh maybe Curtis. No,
Yeah. So here's what it
maybe
comes down to.
yeah.
Um, I don't really know what calls, if it's number of dates, minimum in your guarantee, whether or not you've been driving story for 12 months. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what makes a lead actor versus a supporting actor,
Or
Uh
or or even Michael. I don't know.
Chad Duell. I
Yeah, that
guess. Exactly, but every single person you said, you go, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Uh.
yeah, no one
Palmer,
sticks out.
Stewart, Adam, Edmund, Tad.
Yeah,
It's so much easier elsewhere.
yeah. No Jeff Coper nomination this year.
Hey, stuff wasn't as good this year as it was last year.
No.
Dolomedic says, fact. It's either Maurice Bernard, Anthony Geary, or Steve Burton. And Steve wasn't there and Anthony's retired. But yeah, I mean, with all my children, I was able to clap 5 names and say, here are your lead actors. With GH, we were like, maybe, I don't know, perhaps maybe Cody in time. I don't know, perhaps, it's Curtis. He's like a guy on
Yeah,
the show. He's in more
yeah.
episodes than, the other men, so that must make him a lead actor, right? Not necessarily. I don't know. When was the last time Donnell Turner was nominated? Has he ever been nominated?
I don't really know for sure.
I don't know either. We're not experts here, but if you do want expert reaction, expert thoughts, expert feelings, and also, information about the nominees that we don't know anything about,
I'm thinking maybe he has been, Matt.
I have no clue.
Don't come here for the news.
Don't
We've
come here
said
for the
that plenty of
news.
times.
Don't come here for the news. But do visit James Lott Jr.'s Emmy reaction show that he's going to be doing on Sunday. Um, it's starting at noon Pacific time, so finish 10th floor and then go there. But but he's doing that, and he always has a panel of the same people every year who know soaps and know people and have strong opinions and remember far more details about things that happened during the last 12 months than we do. So I recommend checking that out.
Yeah.
Give it some time. Why not? It's all YouTube. It's all free. You don't even have to watch it live. You can watch it on Monday.
And it's fun.
Just Sunday night.
And it's good.
It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be a good time. They'll do a couple of hours of yucking it up and having a good time. And we'll see if any of those people want to come to the actual Emmys. Because it's going to be in the same place, so similar setup.
It is.
They're probably not going to have sandwiches.
Probably not.
We're going to bring our own sandwiches. Maybe we'll bring enough sandwiches for everybody, and it will encourage people to come.
We're gonna like set ourselves up a little bit better this time. And hopefully,
well, now that we know, we're gonna be
even,
well
but I
prepared.
don't know though, room is not something you might get graced with there.
Not next to us, but that little walkway behind us, I don't know.
Stow things there a little bit.
We
People
stowed
leave
things
it
a little
alone for
bit.
the most part.
Who's there to steal? Who's there to steal?
Right. So you want to take my whatever? Yeah. Trail mix, good.
You're gonna
good
take
for
my
you.
trail mix.
Take the
Okay.
trail mix.
You're gonna take my audio cable that you probably have one of your own anyway. You don't need it because we all have the same equipment. Why are you stealing?
Oh, funny.
So yeah, Finola, Cynthia, Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Any GH younger actor? No, there is no young actor category this year. So no young actors have been nominated. Not a one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go, Dolomatic. Thank you very much. So Dolomatic says, what do you think of the Australian soap Neighbours being a Best Show nomination? Okay, so it's from Australia. We had never heard of Neighbours before. We had no idea what this was. But I guess if it's streaming in America, maybe you can. Here's the thing, Daytime Emmys, it was the soap opera awards. I mean, it still pretty much is the soap opera awards, daytime talk shows, like a little stuff is sprinkled in there, but nobody's paying attention to who the best, is Kelly Clarkson, the Emmy. Like nobody's watching that.
I'm always excited to see some of those folks there.
To see them there, yeah. But who wins? Nobody cares.
I do. I want them to go. I hope they're there.
No, it'll be great if they're there. It would be super awesome if they're there so we can see them. But when it comes to who the winner is of these categories, people care even less.
Yeah.
So it's to round out the 2 hours, and they're not really that important. With the fact that there's only 4 soaps,
yeah,
you really gotta find a way to widen this field. That's why people are watching this ceremony, is for the awards, and really to have these same characters nominated for these same shows year after year after year after year.
Right, you're right. This is what we can hope, Matt. We can only hope this that the fact that the Gates is coming on and will come on, but end of the year?
I heard 2025 was the launch time,
but
I
I
have
know
no idea.
early, right?
I have not a clue.
Okay, but maybe that's going to make a resurgence of some kind of soap opera.
It really depends on how well it does when it launches.
It
really depends. Super depends.
Yes.
And when it comes down to it, folks, if you're going to be watching the Gates, cool. We're probably going to be doing a little podcast to Rooney, at least on the first couple of weeks, to see how we feel about it. Don't go to Twitter for reaction, because holy smokes, are you not going to get the truth? You're going to get, 5% of people who think it's the best thing that's ever been created. You're going to have 72% of people who think that everything needs to be burned and Hollywood needs to be melted. And you're going to find like 12% of people who are just like, I came here to look at memes. Why is it so angry? So... days being
I'm excited for it,
Yeah, I'm excited
for it. The face of daytime television took such a curve.
Yeah. Well, Dolometics has a great
and I didn't think it made it, and I didn't think it was good, But at the same time, I know this kind of, but I know this kind of television is on its way out, program television on
Mhm.
ABC at 1 o'clock, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, they could put some good stuff online now, like Days of Our Lives is on Peacock.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Dolominic says that Days being on Peacock really opened up the door for potential nominees, and I think that's a great observation. It did, say, well, if we want to continue to include, we can't not include Days of Our Lives in the Daytime Emmys anymore, right, guys? Right? So we get it. And then now it's an online show. It's not connected to a network, and then that just proliferates. We got to get Sean Kanan
Yeah.
to put Studio City off of the primetime Emmys and onto the daytime Emmys. January for the
Boy.
Gates, says David. So, I'll just take that as fact. So,
Oh,
January.
hope
I don't
so.
know. I don't know.
Well, I thought I heard something like that. Just wasn't sure.
I don't know. Don't come
Yeah.
here for the news. I kind of avoid.
And I don't know if they've announced a time for the talk not to be on anymore.
Probably around January. They're not going to have dead air. you know, I doubt they'll continue to make new episodes all the way through then.
Well, I'm all for the first episode
shows.
being, I'm all for the first episode being some kind of epic, either New Year's Eve party or New Year's family day party, like one of those settings.
Just need a doctor to come across a
Because
girl.
obviously obviously since it's the Gates, it's going to be about a family. Very, very family oriented.
I don't know.
Your last
It's
name
tough.
gonna be
It's tough
Gates?
for me because it's so early. Like January is it's still almost a year away.
I know.
I have done next to no thinking about this show, no speculation. I haven't thought
Me
about who's
too.
on it, who runs it, who writes it, what time of day it's going to be on, and what sort of competition it's going to be for anybody. Like I have put
Yeah.
no thought
Me either.
into
I'm
this
just
show.
excited for that. I was excited for it to come on at all.
Yeah, I'm super pleased and super excited over the
Yeah.
possibilities that it opens, and I want it to be a super awesome, amazing show.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for more details because as it stands right now, the only details that exist, it seems, is January 2025. We'll just
Mhm.
take that as fact.
Mhm.
And then on top of that is just the mindless jibber jab about the potentials of taking Tabiana Ali from General Hospital and taking Zende from Young and the Restless and taking all of these actors that are on these shows right now and stealing them from their soaps to put them on the Gates where they deserve to be, where they belong, where they're going to be treated well, where it's going to be perfect and it's going to be sunshine and rainbows and we're all going to sing kumbaya and all of our, like it's just so difficult for me to get into a rhythm until there's more real
Yeah.
fact. Because right now it's just loud noise from my point of view.
Okay. And I'm not as plugged into all that as you are, that I've read that or heard that really all that much.
Yeah. So until there's more fact out there, until Michelle Valjean, has statements, until the network has something to say, until they're like, here's our cast list, here's
Yeah.
our setting, then I'm gonna be so excited. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna be all excited about it.
Yeah.
But until then, the only
Mhm.
thing that I can react to is people hoping that it kills soap operas, which is weird to me.
Yeah, why would we want that? Come on.
It's just weird. It's super weird. It's super weird.
I love soap operas.
Let's see here. Melrose Place is getting another reboot, so that's the third time Melrose Place is coming back. This is also a CBS property. Blink points this out, and points this out for a reason, I think, is because that's kind of like the second classic style of soapy drama that CBS is kind of reviving. Interesting.
CBS is not done, that's for sure.
No, it looks like they might be reinvesting in their dramas.
Yes. And they're the network that still has two already. The other ones don't have two.
Recasted
Technically,
Spencer is going to be
NBC
found by
don't have any.
Chase in Brooklyn in Italy. Lies, Blink. Whatever it is that you saw that said that.
I saw that too. I believe it's lies as well.
Lie. lie upon lie upon lie, 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 frickety lie.
So I see a lot of this. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I see a lot of this where it's just really horrible cut and paste kind of
Yeah.
pictures with some kind of weird heading.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are famous. Those
Yeah,
are famous.
I see a lot of that. I see a lot of that with this. You see crazy storylines that we just know, I really doubt that's going to happen. And then sometimes it can be such a familiar, pose that you actually even remember the scene that you saw them in doing that. Very strange.
Spencer has not been recast. That's why it's a lie, 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 frickety lie, 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 frickety lie, 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 is because there is not a new actor that has been cast to play Spencer. So anybody that's saying that, oh, it's being recast, he's going to be found in Italy, Spring is coming back. It's not. No,
I
it's
don't
it's
think
not.
so either. I don't think so either. But I wouldn't say he's not ever going to come back.
Oh,
Of
he's
course
coming
he's going to come
back.
back.
He's coming back, but he's not coming back on Brooklyn and Chase's honeymoon.
I think so.
That's 2 months from now, a month from now, 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
0%, 0%.
There's a better chance of of Christina going to labor at the ceremony.
There you see, there you go. Blink, blink. You even say, yeah, right. Just labor and people passing out and just nothing but just trauma and drama at the Brooklyn and Chase wedding. See, Blink, even what you said there, I don't know, but I think the recast is coming in a couple of months. In a couple of months, Chase and Brooklyn find him in Italy. Those two timelines don't even match. So based off of that, just two pieces of information that you found and put together, they don't create a fact.
Yeah, yeah, I do think he's going to come back, but I think he's going to come back for a while. I don't know. I really don't think that, Mr. Chavez ever going to come back. I really don't.
It really depends. Sincerely, it depends on how well he does after Monster. If he
Yeah,
crashes and burns and it isn't lucrative and he doesn't get the attention that he's hoping for, then the
yes,
likelihood of him coming back is much greater.
yes.
If he
I
does have a great time with it, makes connections and was able to continue forward, then no, he'll be the one that came from GH.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first, and hopefully not the last, actually.
Yeah, Blink. Yeah, I agree with you entirely, and so does Ma. Before 2024 is over, Spencer will be back.
I think so.
It's not going to be before the summertime, though.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. Yeah. He'll be back in the fall, maybe.
Blink,
Even closer to, the holidays. Maybe.
Blink continues. Well, I complained about Laura's hair, and voila. So you know what? Who am I? You know what? Blink has a lot more power over the show than I'm giving them credit
Oh,
for. And
I
I
did
apologize.
notice. I did notice that Laura got a significant haircut.
She did. She did.
Jeannie cut her hair quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say maybe I don't know, maybe she cut that
Jeannie
much.
Francis
Like the
has kind of
size of my head.
had this same hairstyle for so long.
She sure
that same
has.
just straight long down behind her back, just normal.
But it's been poofy, it gets poofy and it gets curly and poofy, with roller set more 80s and then it gets small. It kind of does this.
Yeah, yeah, but like I don't think of Laura Collins with a lioness's mane of hair or anything.
No, not
It's
really. It was usually just
yeah.
long. She's so pretty. Yeah.
Hey, Shelly. Shelly says that she's sad that
Baby
Ari
face.
wasn't nominated for Days of Our Lives, but we talked about that probably 10, 15 minutes ago. Got into
Yeah.
that just a little bit. So if you want to rewind the replay, we got into that and gave
We
our
did.
theory at least as to why she wasn't nominated in a very well deserving year.
Yes. I thought she did a great job. And I'm very unfamiliar with her work, actually, only the last 6 months. But I love her. I thought, my goodness, her scenes with her loss of her baby and stuff, top
Yeah.
notch.
Yeah, so
Top notch.
we're blessed with not having a bunch of Days of Our Lives history behind us, which is why we do
But I
the
know,
Days for Dummies podcast because we're dummies.
she did this and she did that. And we've heard about that she kind of deserved to have a baby taken because she's done the
Right.
same and things
Exactly.
like that. We've heard that. But as viewers, we didn't see
Never
it.
saw any of that. We only saw poor suffering Ari.
And we're too lazy to go on YouTube and look it up.
I mean, I also have a Google Drive too that somebody shared with me
Kinda.
that just has decades of Days of Our Lives content that I really haven't dove into. Part of it is on purpose because I know that if I were to open up that can of worms, Ma, oh God,
Mhm.
might have the potential of just taking over all of my viewing. And I don't know if I
You
want
could
that.
turn into John Black right before our eyes.
I just know the history now. I'm the pawn. I'm the pawn. See, now there's a guy
Oh my goodness.
who's never won an Emmy because he doesn't want to. That guy doesn't even submit. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I think at a
interesting.
certain point, like he had not won and not won and not won and not won, not won. And at a certain point he just stopped submitting. And this is my theory. I don't know, don't come here for the news. I don't know
Okay.
these people. My theory is that he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be that daytime legend who was never even nominated. I'm just gonna do soaps for 50 years and never even be nominated. And that's gonna be my claim to history.
So we were lucky we got to meet him.
I think it goes every year.
Wow. That's great. Oh, I hope we get to meet Dick Van Dyke. He's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really hoping forward to that. I'm
Actually,
waiting
we
for
don't
the
even know if we
application.
get to go yet, you guys.
I'm going to move forward with the assumption that we do. But
I
no,
kind
I
of
mean, I
have.
haven't even gotten the email with the application yet
Okay.
for the press pass. But when it
Well,
does,
last year it
filling
was
that
real
right away.
rushed too. Last year was rushed as well. It's
From
okay.
my understanding, and this is me being in Hollywood adjacent for 3 years now,
Mm-hmm.
they don't do anything early. Not a production, a shoot, a scene, an actor, a set, an interview, a payoff, a commercial, a edit, a write is done early, on time, in enough time for somebody to not have to panic because of it. Everything is done at the last flippin' minute because they waste all day
Oh my goodness.
outside of General Hospital. General Hospital's on it. But all
Must make it makes it.
your primetime shows, they take weeks to film their episodes because they spend 3 days out of a 4 day shoot figuring
Mhm.
out what it is they're trying to do.
Wow.
And then on that fourth day, they keep everybody for almost 24 hours shooting because they don't have any time left. It's
Boy, GH isn't like
wild.
that.
GH is not like that. That's the reason why daytime is able to
Yeah.
continue to be profitable is because they are one of the only
Mhm.
TV genre out there that can get ahead, that
Yeah.
can be on time, that doesn't overproduce themselves or overschedule themselves.
I wonder if GH will win again
I
for
don't know.
show.
It's nominated. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
be
They've
Neighbors.
won how many years in a row? Like 3 years in a row, 4 years in
3 years,
a row they've
5. I
won?
don't know. I don't know.
They won last year, and I know they won the year before that.
I don't know. I'm
And
looking forward
maybe
to
the
it.
year before that. Anyway, I hope they win again. I hope
Me too.
so.
Me too. Shelly says that she loves the podcast. Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Happy to have you here.
Yep.
Funny, Laura, Abe, and Carly all got their hair done on the same day. Says Blink. They might have just, said, "Hey, ladies, we paid for an expensive hairdresser. If you want to come in and get your cut." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think she looks bad at
Hey,
all.
Janet.
But I don't know if I'm a fan of the Ava with bangs. I don't know if I'm digging the bangs. It's okay though.
People just trying something new.
And Laura Wright just got a big haircut, just like Jeannie Francis did.
Nobody
Got
wants long hair
quite a
on the
bit
show
cut
anymore.
off her hair.
Nobody wants long hair on the show. It's out. It is out. Fashionistas, listen up.
I'd love having long hair. I just can't grow it, it seems.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I tried. It's before YouTube, though.
I remember. Was not a fan of that.
Nobody was except for me.
I know.
I loved it. Oh, that's it, folks. We spent so
That's
much time,
it.
so much time, and I gave impassioned speeches about the gates. Didn't expect that. Mostly about people talking about the gates. Anyway, go back, watch this thing from the very beginning
Mhm.
if you want to. You should, really, even if you watched it all the way through live. Just go back and watch it again. Might as
Yeah.
well. And then join us on Sunday. 9 a.m. for Days for Dummies.
Absolutely. Come see us on Sunday.
11 a.m. for 10th Floor podcast covering Days of Our Lives in General Hospital. The full solid week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of marriage proposals and wedding plans. Of just like stuff that happens in Salem and Port Charles. We're gonna get into it.
Lots of Lois. I love Lois.
Just Lois. Just Lois in Brooklyn, and you having a wedding, and what am I gonna do, and how am I gonna do my nails, and this dress, and yada yada, and I'm from New York. Like this video if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, if you would. You can also hit that bell icon and get a notification every time we're planning on going on live. You can catch us on Sundays, usually maybe on Thursdays, Friday. Today, very special and different because of the nominees that we just went through all of them. That's all I gotta say though.
Yeah, me too.
We did our thing.
See you on Sunday.
We said our stuff. We'll see you on Sunday morning. Whether or not Angela's with us, I don't know. Come find out. That'll be the secret. That'll be the big surprise in the morning. Will Professor Angela be back on Days for Dummies? Find out with us.
Yeah, we typically don't really know. For real.
We're gonna find out. So you should find out too. And that's it. Get out of here. Go spend some time with your families. Watch the Emmys. Write a blog. Be kind to each other. What is it that Jerry Springer used to say?
Oh.
Take care of yourself.
Shoot, I don't remember. And I watched him 5 days a week with you guys.
Take care of yourself and each other. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.
I was crazy, you guys. I watched Jerry Springer
with your teenage boys.
With my 3 teenage boys, and we made commentary as it went along and made fun of them. We did.
Me, and a million other families. Thanks, true. Cheryl, for popping in. We'll see you on Sunday as well. That's it. I'm going to click off before we start talking about other stuff. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Goodbye. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. That's great, Blink. We'll end with that.